My pleasure to introduce Stefan Glaenzer. He was ranked the best angel investor in Europe 2010-2011 by TechCrunch readers and editors. He's the founder of White Bear Yard, an incubator and co-working space in London's East End. He's the first investor and chairman of Last FM, which sold to CBS in 2007, and other Berlin startups including LoopCam, IM, and Red Milk. Please welcome Stefan Glaenzer.
Thanks, Margarita. So warm welcome from my side. Actually, for those of you who missed me in the morning, I had a terrible hangover, actually, and I'm still not sure whether it's a good idea that I'm standing here and you are sitting. Maybe we should switch around, but I give it a try. As Marguerite said, I am a very, very passionate, convinced entrepreneur. I pretty much did nothing else in my life. I was self-employed my whole life. Never worked for anyone else other than myself. Interestingly, the first 6-7 years have been pretty darn unsuccessful. So when I left university, I tried with 2 partners all sorts of stuff. That was 91, so pre-digital. So we started advertising agency, we started a book publisher, we started TV production, we started I don't know what, and never really made it. So one advice from an aging entrepreneur I can give here is be persistent, stay on there. It's not necessarily happening overnight. Yes, there are the few examples that you are successful with your very first venture, but it's actually very rare. My life, actually, my entrepreneurial life changed when I came up with the idea of doing online auctions in '98. So that was outstanding. That was a time when we grew a company from 0 or 1 intern to 180 people within 12 months and took it public, and luckily sold in 2000 for gazillions of dollars. So this actually changed my life. Again, a lot of luck involved. Today, I actually prepared a speech, but looking at you guys here, my speech was much more suited towards the investment community. Looking around, I see much more founder faces, if I may say so. So I try to point my speech in a slightly different direction. Why the hell do we actually need an ecosystem, a digital ecosystem in every place on this planet, in every city, in every country? I think this chart here, can you actually even see it? Well, it's in German, my German heritage. Oh my goodness, I told you I have a hangover. It's a comparison between the 30 biggest German companies in the DAX 30. So Siemens, BMW, Mercedes, Deutsche Bank, all these guys, which are in green and their market cap. These companies have been created over the last 150 years in total. With the red bars, we see 4 companies, and their market capitalization, generation over the last 15 years, so in 10%. So what you see is actually that Apple, Google, Amazon, and Facebook are worth way more than the 30 heavyweights from the German economy, created in 150 years, and these guys actually created it in 15 years. Even Apple, I took only the market cap gain from 98 till 2012. The good news is, let's start with the bad news, it's all US companies. And actually my mission is, I want to see European companies entering in this dimension of digital. That's going to take a couple of decades, 1 or 2 decades, but the really good news in here is something completely different. So what does all these 4 companies have in common? Apple, Google, Amazon, and Facebook, other than they are American. they have in common that it is still the founders who ran the company. It's still the founders. I mean, it has been the founder in Apple. Unfortunately, he's not with us anymore. But nevertheless, it is a founder-driven company. But with Google, with Facebook, with Amazon, it's the founders who came up with the idea, similar like you guys. Similar like you, just a blank piece of paper, nothing, just one idea, one piece of vision, one, I don't know, gut feeling why this is the right thing to do. When I started online auctions in '98, I attended a pitch, a startup competition pitch. 25 companies, we came in last. Not 24th, not 19th, we came in last. No one believed us. They said, well, listen guys, flexible pricing is not going to work in Germany. We had the gut feeling that they are wrong, even though so much more experienced than we, and we've been right. And I encourage you to trust your gut. Trust your gut feeling on your business decisions. Because if you compare to the other big digital companies like Yahoo, like eBay, like Microsoft, where over the time the managers took over, they lost their appeal. I mean, who is talking of Yahoo anymore? Who is talking in reality about eBay? They lost their spark. So it's really down to you. Second one, to talking about the ecosystem. What's really needed is the entrepreneur, is money, and is density. Starting with the entrepreneur, make sure that in case of that one of your startups, one company you have founded or are about to found, is successful, make sure that the first 10 to 20 employees will become millionaires as well. Honestly. It is very easy, and do this right away from the start. Don't be overly greedy, especially not with your first 10, 20 employees, because frankly, these are the guys who make the company together with you. So let them participate. It is not only good for your well-being, because shared success is much better than single success, but it's as well it's probably the best ever investment in an ecosystem you can possibly imagine. So looking what happened with Last.fm, where the first guys all had, let's say, between 0.5% and 1%, that summed up to $1.5 to $3 million for each of them. Seeing now, 5 years later, the effect is outstanding. I mean, these are developers, you know? They are totally clueless. They don't know what to do with all the money. But what they do is actually invest 10K, 20K, 30K in other developers, young developers. And hence starting a movement, starting an ecosystem. The next one, really important, is share. Share everything. Don't think your idea is so unique and you have to hide it from the world. That's frankly bullshit. Share, discuss, open, because an idea is not even 50% of a success. It's much more the execution and the executional capabilities of the team involved. And by openly sharing all these ideas, you're going to see much more upside compared to just playing with the idea within your own mind. Investors are necessary. You know, I've been an entrepreneur for I don't know, 15, 16 years now. I have changed to the dark side since I'm just too old. Yeah, I'm just too old. I'm not good enough for another company on my own. It's pretty much like musicians. Have you ever come across a musician who has produced a great album once he has passed the age of 30, 35? No. The best thing a great musician can do is actually become a producer and hence I'm today, as an investor, I feel much more like a producer, and you guys are the creators, and you guys have the power, and you guys have the energy and the will to change the world, hopefully for the good. I think my time is pretty much over. Thanks a lot, and wishing you, fingers crossed, good luck, and just make it, guys. Make it.